I can breathe now. And not just because I took off that waist trainer. What's good? How you doing? It's your girl D, back with a video blog. I have been MIA for a long time because I have been literally focusing all of my energy and free time on creating my cosplay for Comic-Con. A lot of you should know, and if you don't, now you know. I'm a huge ass nerd. I love Marvel, I love DC, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, the Wonder Twins, because you got to go with the old school Justice League from the 70s before the new school Justice League that just came out this past year. In addition to the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe with, you know, the Avengers and Black Widow and oh, excuse me, and the Vision and Ultron and Iron Man and Thor and Loki. Like, literally, I live for all that shit. I promise you. And I've been attending comic book conventions for the past 2.5 years. And this is the first year that I decided to actually enter the cosplay contest. And I chose Wonder Woman. I chose Wonder Woman because she is a powerful character. She is exceedingly popular as well as admired and recognized. I chose Wonder Woman because I hadn't seen many women in Kansas City cosplay Wonder Woman, let alone many women of color in Kansas City cosplay Wonder Woman. I chose her and proceeded through the project because I wanted to accomplish it and show that it could be done. And it all came to fruition. And it was something else. A week before Comic-Con, I had a test run and also scheduled a photo shoot. I thought that I was ready. Now, even though I wasn't 100% ready, I was about maybe 80% ready. Like, I still needed to do some sewing. But at least the main armor and everything was well sculpted, or so I thought. A lot of things came apart. A lot of things came unglued. A lot of things were not as secured as I thought. Some things broke. Some things had to be sewn. Some things had to be re-glued, secured. And right before the photo shoot, I almost gave up. I was just so frustrated. Like, I've been working at this for 6 weeks, now 7, because another week has transpired since then. I've been working at this with every single little bit of free time that I've had, trying to get this done, and it's not working. I can't get this zipped up. I showed up to the photo shoot with my corset halfway on because I couldn't actually zip it up all the way because part of the zipper was broken, and my skirt was held together with duct tape, masking tape, and black binder clips, as well as cement glue. Cement glue is not good for fabric. You know what's good for fabric? Super glue. I learned that. And my foot armor came off during the photo shoot. Now also the horse did step on my feet. Also, I had a horse, you know? Okay, yeah, I booked a photo shoot at a ranch where some of my karate kids own horses. And my vision was to be majestic, but also to be me. Hence, we've got big ass earrings that are shields, inspired by some concept art that my young lady who normally makes my earrings, Miss Jasmine, because I had originally asked her to make me a pair, and she showed me a picture of Wonder Woman that she had peeped, and how I said I wanted to go ahead and create everything, and that's how we came up with the idea for the shields. She actually asked for me to make them because she's like, you constructed basically a whole costume. So we have shield earrings, one of the one of the little details that I'm super glad about. The day of Comic-Con, I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning still sewing. I have a cloak because my Wonder Woman is still inspired by the 2017 movie and the Justice League movie as well too. I was up until 5 a.m. still sewing, and also entering the cosplay contest. I had to have a binder, or actually, let me take that back. I didn't have to have a binder. I read somewhere that it's good to have a binder. I was supposed to show reference photos of what my inspiration was for the cosplay, as well as some work in progress photos. So when I read that you should have a binder to present for the judges, Lynn was like, let me go ahead and make a trip up to Walgreens real quick and print off some pictures. So there was that. In getting all of that put together, we got to Comic-Con about 11, and as it turns out, I left a prop at home. Wonder Woman is famed for having her lasso of truth, and I had mistakenly left that at home. My best friend, shout out to my best friend though, she actually took my car, drove home to get it, and then come back and still pay for parking again and get into the convention again. So there was that. My foot armor broke again, even though I had super glued it before again. And then my leg armor also came apart too. Cement glue does not like to adhere to paint, by the way. So, but for the contest, if you've ever entered a major Comic-Con cosplay contest. Now this is my first one, so I can't really say how it is for everybody. But in this particular instance, they had what was known as prejudging, where you go before the panel of judges and you have 2 minutes to speak about what went well with your costume, as well as answer any questions that they may have for you, and then also present your work in progress and reference photos. So I did that time. I was nervous, and it's weird because I come before YouTube regularly to 2,000 of you guys who subscribe. I have given public speeches at work and spoken in front of the entire company multiple times. I've recited spoken word and poetry to crowds of strangers before. Nothing, no problems, good. Talking to these 4 people about my costume that I made from scratch. What was really wild was when it came time for the contest, what we had to do was go... Sorry, I had to catch up. When it came time for the contest, what we had to do was go and check in to make sure that we were present and still accounted for. We have 4 categories. There was the... so there's foam work, there's needlework, there's the group category, and then there's the non-traditional categories. So some people with their own take on a character, or somebody made up, or their version of something or whatever, something that they've created that may have drawn inspiration for something else. And so I entered in the novice category. There's also levels: novice, beginners, meaning you had to make at least 50% of your cosplay. Journeyman, which is intermediate, meaning you had to make, I think, 75 or 80% of which, and also have competed and won before. And then there's the master class, in which you had to make, I think, 90% of your cosplay, and then also won several competitions. So I went for novice and foam work, and I was in a room of all of the other competitors, and part of me was trying to figure out, okay, are they going for needlework? Are they going for foam? Are they going as a group? Are they going as 2 people who still is an individual entry? Am I going to... There's some really creative people in my town. And it was wild to see the different characters. You know, you had Marvel, you had DC, you had Lord of the Rings, you had Star Wars. Like, there are different fandoms all over the place. Anime, video game characters, superheroes, supervillains as well too. you had this conglomerate of different creatives, and it was really intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, because this is my first ever cosplay competition, and this is only the second ever cosplay that I ever crafted, but the first entirely from scratch. And so it's really intimidating to look around and see all these other people. Now, one thing that made it less intimidating is the fact that I had a couple friends, some Facebook friends that I had found via a cosplay group, as well as the fact that once you get to know people, it was fine, easy. Like, you know, like, like what me and my friend Rachel bonded over a wig brush. And you know, and also wig brush, lash glue, lotion. Like, there's all kinds of things that that help to make friends. And so there were 20 of us in the novice category, and they asked us all to line up, and I had already filled out my little bio card and everything, saying, okay, you know, I am Diana the Great, which is my fictitious name, at least in regards of a lot of stuff that I do online is under my government, but in regards of cosplay, in regards of costuming, any potential actual business works, Diana the Great is an actual fictitious name that's filed with the state of Missouri. Like, I own that, like it's copyrighted, like it's mine. So I was what I thought was number 18 in line. And they lined all of us up, and what we were to do was to go. They would read our bio cards. We would walk across the stage. We could pose 1, 2, or 3 times, and then go back to the waiting area. And so I almost had like a freaking breakdown while I was there waiting, and I was just like, why the fuck did I want to do this? Why did I choose to do this? Like, I'm not gonna win. Everybody else is motherfucking dope. Everybody looks great. Like, there's a girl who had a gun made out of foam that weighed 35 pounds. Like, I was just like, I have no shot whatsoever. And then there was a gentleman in front of me who was an elderman, kind of like Lord of the Rings inspired, and he's like, I'm so fucked up at the fact that this happened, but also at the same time, I'm grateful that it did. He says, "You are Diana of Themyscira. You are one of the Amazons. You got this." And I was like, you show the fuck right. And so they called my name, and I went and kind of strutted across stage a little bit, twirled, waved, you know, helped sword up and stuff. And I'm glad I had friends in the audience. I'm glad I had family in the audience. You know, my best friend and my son were there and screamed so fucking loud. Y'all are obnoxious. And then, okay, cool. It was done. It was over. And then we all went back to the waiting area again. And so we're just like, so we just wait? And we're like, yeah. And so then after all of the other people go, and then, you know, we're trying to wind down, like, okay, well, I guess, you know, like, what's happening or whatever. One of the contest associates comes in, and she's like, I need the following people, such and such, such and such, such and such, Diana Alexander, such and such. We're like, okay. And so we were completely mismatched. There was me, there was some journeymen and some masterclass competitors, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And they wouldn't tell us. They wouldn't tell us anything. And the MCs were I think a husband and wife duo. Or I'm sorry, the cosplay contest hosts were a husband and wife duo. The MC, some random guy who's from YouTube here or whatever. But they start talking, and what we're doing is we're watching the monitor backstage of what's happening, and they're talking about the cosplay contest, and they're talking about what's known as the Judge's Choice, which apparently is a new category for the cosplay contest. And so then the next thing I know, one of the judges, who is like 25,000 followers on Instagram, hand sculpts his foam like a beast, has the weathering that is on par of, like, his stuff looks ridiculous. Like, his foam looks like real actual armor. And for him to say her phone work is amazing, but her stage presence was absolutely like phenomenal. And, you know, my judge's choice is Diana the Great. And I was like, wait, I did something? I did something? Wait, what? I'm someone's choice? What? What is it? What is going on? And so they're like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And they motion me up to go on stage. And I go on stage and everyone's screaming and cheering. Like I could hear my son, like over everybody. I could hear my son. And I'm just like, what is life? So in my very first cosplay contest with the first 100% sculpted cosplay from scratch, I took the judge's choice. So no, it's not the best. It wasn't like third, second, and first place or whatever, but like literally it was the best in class and then judge's choice. So there was best in class for foam work, best in class for needle at the journeyman and the novice and the master levels and everything like that. And then there was best in show, who was the best just all around for every motherfucking thing. I knew I had a slim chance of placing on my first go round, but the fact that I was someone's choice, like the fact that they still thought, the fact that this happened, that's what I can't get over. Like, and also, side note, hashtag, right? Anyway, so I'm outdone. To see my costume that I handmade from scratch, to see that my work was recognized, that I promise I'm just a mom who's a big ass nerd and started this with winning the Halloween costumes at work and kicking it up a notch a little bit. Like that's how all of this started. And the fact that like I won something. Like, for real. Like, I tried to win something, and I won something. And I'm even more motivated and inspired because, like, and I know I cuss a lot and everything, but bitch, I did that. I did that. Like, I did that. Hell. And also a $100 gift card. Like, I didn't even know that was anything. Like, I didn't know Judge's Choice was a thing. But for him, like, and the judge who picked me, Ebony Warrior Studios, I mean, his real name is Xavier. I am familiar with his work all over the place, especially because of 28 Days of Black Cosplay that's been going on. But, so, like, it was such an honor. And then, literally, it was like paparazzi. Like, after everything was all said and done, I'm trying to get my stuff gathered up. Can we get a picture? Sure. Can we get a picture? Sure. Can we get a picture? Absolutely. Can we get a picture? The little kids, can we get your picture? You did so good. And it was just like this outpouring of love and affirmation and congratulations and everything. And I'm just like, did this really happen? You know, like, of course it would have been superb to take best at the novice level, but also at the same time to know that you were somebody's choice anyways. Like, you know, I mean, I know I'm not the top choice, but I'm still an option. Okay.